Mayor Archer, I remember you holding a press conference years ago when you were mayor, and you did it at one of the elementary schools in Detroit, and the media was there in droves. And back then we were dealing with key issues, dealing with Detroit public schools in the future. And here we are in 2016 dealing with a different issue, but we're still dealing with where are we going with the future of our children. As you look at what's going on now, if you could send a message to the legislator, anybody else that's dealing with this, what would you say?
I would say to the members of the House that, and especially to the Democrats who have been recalcitrant and have not been supporting the Senate bill, this is very important to the city of Detroit and to all of our kids, whether they're going to public school or they're going to private schools such as Cornerstone or charter schools, etc. They've got to get this thing passed with that commission, because you've got to be able to reach in and control those schools that are not functioning and educating our kids. It's being dishonest, and if you're not putting your money where it should be, it's also being dishonest because you're not allowing the school system to succeed. What Judge Rhodes is trying to do and what the team around him and the people are trying to make a difference, it's absolutely urgent that they get it done. No excuses, get it done. This is for the kids of the city of Detroit, and it's for others around the state.
Dennis, you want to weigh in on this?
I mean, I think he said it best. I mean, I think that, when I made my remarks yesterday, Chuck, I talked about this is not just a Detroit problem or an urban school problem or a black problem. I mean, the state of Michigan has fallen back in rank as relates to delivering public school education to our kids. And so we're making some strides, funding for, preschool education, those sorts of things, but there has to be a holistic approach. I agree with my father in that the Senate bill is the one that needs to be passed, or some very close derivation of that, because funding the operating deficit only is not going to help. We'll be back with the same problem in a couple of months. But having said that, we need to, looking forward, try to figure out how to better fund education. And there's some models that are going to be part of a panel this week where they're talking about different approaches to funding public school education, because the disparity still exists, between a kid that's getting $7,000 or thereabout in Detroit versus their peer 6 miles away or 7 miles away in Bloomfield Hills getting $14,000 or $15,000 towards their education. So we need to look at how to have there be more parity in how that occurs.
I just finished doing an interview with Damon John of Shark Tank.
That's my man.
And